I grew up as my father Jacob's favorite. I was the first son of Rachel, Jacob's beloved wife, who passed away giving birth to my younger brother, Benjamin. My mother's loss left a void in our home, but my father always did his best to protect and spoil me. His favoritism towards me was evident, especially in the eyes of my 10 half-brothers, born to Leah, my father's other wife. They, in turn, harbored deep resentment towards my special status, a wound that never fully healed. A loving gesture from my father further exacerbated the feelings of envy and resentment among us. He gifted me with a special coat, made of many colors, a tangible symbol of his affection for me. As I wrapped myself in that mantle, I knew it was much more than a piece of clothing. It was a manifestation of my father's love and a constant source of bitterness for my brothers. In addition to preferential treatment, my dreams also fueled animosity among us. On one occasion, I dreamt of 11 sheaves of grain, each representing one of my brothers, bowing down to my sheaf. In another dream, the sun, representing my father, the moon, my mother, and 11 stars, my brothers, bowed down to me. By sharing these visions, I inadvertently heightened the hostility that already existed among us, as my brothers interpreted these dreams as signs of arrogance and presumption. The climax of our tense relationship came when my father sent me to check on the welfare of my brothers while they were pasturing the flock in Dothan. Aware of my brother's jealousy and animosity, I approached them with a mixture of apprehension and determination. However, what I found was beyond any expectation. As soon as my brothers spotted me, rage consumed them. Without hesitation, they seized me and decided to kill me. It was Reuben, the eldest and the most compassionate among them, who suggested a less drastic alternative: to throw me alive into a pit. He planned to return later and rescue me, but his benevolent plans were ignored by the majority. Dragged into the dark and damp pit, I saw my uncertain future unfold before me. The darkness of the pit reflected the growing darkness in my heart as I struggled to comprehend the betrayal of my own brothers. Eventually, I was rescued by merchants and sold as a slave in Egypt. My life of privilege and comfort was replaced by slavery and uncertainty, but even in the depths of despair, I kept the flame of hope alive. In the foreign land of Egypt, I was acquired by Potiphar, a high-ranking officer of Pharaoh. Under his authority, my ability and integrity quickly elevated me to the position of administrator of his household. Despite being a slave, I found purpose and dignity in my daily responsibilities, remaining faithful to the principles that guided me. However, my time of trial was far from over. Potiphar's wife, impressed by my beauty, attempted to seduce me repeatedly. However, I remained steadfast in my faith and refused her advances, aware that I would betray not only my master's trust, but also my own moral principles. Unfortunately, my rejection had disastrous consequences. With anger and humiliation, Potiphar's wife fabricated an accusation of attempted rape against me, a lie that my master did not hesitate to believe. Without trial or opportunity for defense, I was thrown into prison, where I became once again a prisoner of human injustice. In prison, I found myself among the vilest criminals of Egyptian society. However, even in the midst of darkness and despair, I kept my unshakable faith in God and His purposes. It was there, in the depths of darkness, that my ability to interpret dreams was once again put to the test when I was summoned to decipher the enigmatic dreams of my fellow inmates. My accurate interpretation of the dreams of Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and chief baker caught the attention of the monarch himself. When Pharaoh was plagued by a mysterious dream that none of his wise men could decipher, I was summoned to provide an explanation. With divine guidance, I interpreted Pharaoh's dream as a prediction of 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of severe famine. Recognizing my wisdom and insight, Pharaoh appointed me governor of Egypt, entrusting me with the responsibility of managing the kingdom's resources during the years of plenty and scarcity. Under my administration, Egypt thrived during the years of plenty, as we stockpiled grain reserves to weather the coming years of famine. Meanwhile, news of the famine spread throughout the region, reaching even my family's homeland. Unbeknownst to me, my brothers were sent to Egypt in search of food. It was at this crucial moment that our destinies intertwined once again, and my journey of trial and redemption reached its emotional climax. Facing my brothers before me, disguised and unaware of who I was, I felt an overwhelming mix of emotions. The resentment that once divided us was replaced by compassion and the need to test their true character. I knew that this encounter was not merely a chance of fate, but a divine opportunity to restore the broken relationship between us. Initially, I subjected them to rigorous tests, challenging them to prove their sincerity and loyalty. Despite their desperate circumstances, they revealed a newfound depth of unity and courage, especially when Judah offered to assume responsibility for Benjamin, the youngest brother, in order to protect our father, Jacob, from sorrow. When I could no longer contain the truth and revealed my identity to them, tears flowed freely. Forgiveness replaced bitterness, and love triumphed over distrust. The warm embrace and words of reconciliation echoed through the hall, witnessing the magnanimity of forgiveness and the restoration of the long-fractured family. By reconciling with my brothers, not only were the wounds of the past healed, but we also witnessed the transformative power of forgiveness and redemption. The story of Joseph is not just a personal narrative of overcoming, but a lasting testament to God's unwavering love and His ability to bring beauty from chaos, hope from despair, and reconciliation from division. And so, my journey of trial and triumph served as a beacon of hope for all who face adversity and challenges in their own lives.